Now, March is National Kidney Month, aimed at raising awareness about a disease that is regarded as a leading cause of death in the world. In South Africa, around 6 million people are battling kidney disease, but experts say the type of food you eat may increase the risk. So, to discuss this even further, we're now joined by Dietician Omy Naidoo. Omy, thank you for your time and good morning to you. Let's talk about what a friendly kidney diet actually is. What does it look like?
Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. So if you're looking at a kidney-friendly diet, it would be having a controlled amount of protein. The reason being is when you have protein, the waste products are normally excreted by the kidney. So controlling the amount of protein, making sure there's adequate vitamins and minerals, as well as controlling the amount of fluids. What's important to note is that as a patient progresses with kidney disease, their dietary restrictions may change.
Yeah, and with that being said, why do we have to also be careful with our sodium intake in our diet?
Okay, so there's two conditions that definitely increase your risk for kidney failure. The first one is hypertension, and the second one is diabetes. Both of these, whether it's high sugar levels or high blood pressure in your blood vessels, these eventually damage the little blood vessels within your kidney, and then this affects the role of the kidney being able to filter out all those waste products.
Yeah, and we shouldn't take that for granted, including this, that I understand the danger of potassium and phosphorus actually being high. So which then types of food should we be avoiding, obviously, to lower those risks? Omy?
Okay, so when you touch on potassium and phosphates, these are normally excreted or released via the kidney. So if somebody has a damaged kidney, these start to build up in the blood. And the biggest problem is that these patients end up with cardiac problems as well as bone issues. When we're looking at potassium, a simple rule is anything that's orange or yellow in color. So your fruit and veg, orange and yellow. So if you're looking at bananas, potatoes, also other things like avocados would be a problem. And if you're looking at your phosphates, it's normally your dark colored sodas, as well as your high sources of protein. So things like meat, chicken, fish. But what's important is that if you have a problem with your kidney, it's key that you sit down with a dietitian or a nutritionist to actually help you identify what you need to cut out. Because what one patient may need, another one may not need.
Yeah, so you're saying there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to a kidney diet?
Absolutely. So I would normally have the patients do their bloods before they come to me. And from their bloods, we can see which electrolytes are high, and those specific ones we'll cut out.
So when we talk about kidney, and I'm asking this question because we know that at times we may just take for granted what we eat here and not be aware of actually what we're putting in our bodies that might be harming our kidneys. I mean, why do you think people with existing chronic illnesses are more prone to kidney diseases? Obviously, in your profession, the data is so evident. Yeah,
so as I said, in the kidney, there's these little blood vessels. And when you have high blood pressure or high sugar levels, what happens in these blood vessels is that they start to weaken or even harden, or they become less functional, meaning the filtering of the kidney stops or reduces. So these electrolytes or these waste products start to build up in the blood. Very often the patient may present with swollen limbs as well. So it just depends, with the chronic condition, if you can get that under control, you can definitely reduce the risk for kidney failure.
Well, we appreciate this information. Thank you so much, Omy Naidoo, dietitian, for talking to us about, of course, how to keep our kidneys healthy.